Hello and welcome back to Global Math Mentor. Today we're diving into percentage problems that look easy but trip up even high scores on the digital SAT. These are not your basic what is 30% of 60 type of questions. We are talking about reverse percentages, compound changes, percent of percent, and situation where a wrong step leads you way off. Grab a notebook, pause when needed, and test your skills. If you can handle these, you are in great shape for the SAT. Let's get started. Problem 1. A construction crew was made up of 8 men and rest women. If 40% of the crew were men, how many people were in the crew? So there are different methods you can use to solve this problem. One quicker method is just get 40% of the total number of people, and that is men. So that is 8. So this will become 0.4 times t equals to 8, and t would be 8 divide a 0.4. You can do it manually, but best to use the calculator, and that's it. That is 20 people. The reason I said there are other ways, you can either use proportion method as well, like 8 men is 40%, so total is 100%, and you can cross multiply to get the answer. Whichever method works for you best, you can apply those. Problem 2. The regular price of a shirt at a store is $11.7. The sale price of the shirt is 80% less than the regular price, and the sale price is 30% greater than the store's cost for the shirt. What was the store's cost in dollars for the shirt? So we have the actual price without any discount, and we know there the sale price is 80% less. One way is find 80% subtracted from the total, or what you can do is just get 20% of it, and this will drop the price by 80%. So take your calculator, and now you can do 11.7 times 0.2, and that gives you $2.34, which is the sale price. And this sale price is 30% greater than the cost price. So let's say if the cost price is X, raise it by 30%. So multiply this with 130% and put it equal to the 2.34, which is the sale price. This is what we mean by the reverse percentage question, because you know the current price, but you do not know what was the original price or the cost price. So X is going to be 2.34 divide 1.30. Let's get this. So 2.34 divide 1.30, and that gives you $1.8. That is the cost price of the shirt. Before we move on to problem 3, I would like to encourage you all to pause the video and try it yourself. Come back and then you can check my answer as well. Problem 3. During last year's basketball season, Jackson attempted 150 free throws, of which he made 120. So far this season, he has attempted 24 and made 16. So there's a last year's data and this year's data. A player's free throw percentage is defined to be the percent of free throws made out of the number of free throws attempted. So made out of attempted. Assuming calculations begin, okay, with the start of last year's season, which of the following best approximates Jackson's overall free throw percentage to date? So we have last year's data. Out of 150, he made 120. This year, out of 24, he made 16. So altogether, it's like 150 plus 24. That's like the total last year and this year's total free throws attempted. And he made 120 last year and 16 so far up till now. Let's get this percentage. So this will be 136 divide 174 times 100. And I can use my calculator now. 136 divide 174, which is 78 something. So I know that C should be the correct answer. Problem 4. Kiran borrows 560,000 loan from the bank in December. Each January, the bank charges Kiran a fee that is 7% of his remaining unpaid debt and adds this fee to his total debt. If Kiran does not repay any of his debt during a 2-year period, What will be the sum of all his bank fees during those 2 years? So for problems like these, you have to identify that this is the percentage gain, but in an exponential manner, because each time he does not pay, a 7% of the unpaid is added back. So for this, you can use the exponential growth formula. You might be thinking like you can do it manually, get 7%, add it, and then for the second year. But what if they ask it for not like 2 year period, but like a 5 year period? So use the exponential growth formula for such questions. 560,000, that's the initial amount. And it's going to be 1 plus a 7%, which is 107%, 1.07 to the power of 2. Let's see, what do we get? So 560,000 and times, it's going to be, let's say, 1.07 to the power of 2. That's 641,144. 641,144. So what will be the sum of all his bank fee during those 2 years? So we are looking for the bank fee only, not like the total amount. Remember that this formula gives you the amount in 2 years or in 3 years or in 5 years, so on. So subtract the actual amount out of it, and you will get the total amount of, you can say, interest. So let's just say 641,144, and minus 560,000. That's 81,144. So which seems the correct answer? B is the correct answer. If you have struggles like with using exponential models, there's a whole video I did on exponential growth and decay. I'll share the link in the description. You can watch that too. Problem 5. How many liters of 25% saline solution must be added to 3 liters of 10% saline solution to obtain a 15% saline solution? Sounds tricky, these kind of problems. So make sure you're noting this down. I will help you solve a problem like this. So how many liters? First, we do not know how many. So this is what you are looking for. So X liters, let's say. And how many? 25%. So 0.25 must be added to 3 liters, 10% of 3 liters, so 0.10. So to obtain a 15% saline solution, so equal to 0.15, but how many liters did you add to 3? X plus 3. Let's try and solve this. 0.25x, 0.3 equals to 0.15x, and this is going to be 0.45. So I'm going to subtract now. 0.15x on both sides and 0.3 on both sides. So this is going to be 0.15 and this is 0.1x. So x is going to be 0.15 divided 0.1, which is 15 liters. That is the correct answer. You don't need to do a lot of manual math. You can just straight away use your graphing calculator or any calculator you're solving to get these decimal subtractions and additions, right? Problem 6. A customer's monthly water bill was this, $75.74. Due to the rate of increase, her monthly bill is now $79.86. To the nearest tenth of a percent, by what percent did the amount of the customer bill increase? So this is the classic percentage gain idea. So this is gain over the original times 100. So you can learn these rules, like gain is like a profit or increase, right? So what's the gain? So the difference of 79.86 minus 75.74 and divide by, because you're comparing the fraction with the actual amount, which was originally there, and times a 100. So let's get this value. It's going to be 79.86 minus, what's the value over here? So that's 75.74. That's 75.74, and divided by 4.12, divide 75.74 and times 100. So it's 5.439. So 5.4 is the correct answer, since we have to give our answer to the nearest tenth. So tenth is like a 0.1 decimal rounding. Problem 7. Kathy bought a teapot at a kitchen supply store that gave a 25% discount of the original price. So if she's getting a 25% discount, so it means she'll be paying 75%. The amount, the total amount she paid was T dollars, including a 6% sales tax on the discounted price. Okay, so she's getting a discount, and when she pays it, she gets a 6% sales tax on that price. Which of the following represents the original price of the teapot in terms of T? Okay, so let's call the original price X. So she'll be paying a 75% of it, so 0.75 times X. But the total amount includes, like this includes a 6% sale tax. So that will be 106% of this value, so 1.06. So now I need to make X the subject. So T divide a 0.75 and a 1.06. So let's see. Each of A, B, C, D represents an expression. So D is the correct expression. Problem 8. The sum of three numbers is 1133. One of the numbers K is 20% greater than the sum of the other two numbers. What is the value of K? So we know that one of the numbers K and other two, let's call them A plus B, and we know that they add up to 1133. Another condition which is given is K is 20% more, so that's like 120% of the sum of A and B, the other two numbers. So I need to figure out what is K. So if I can find a way of substituting the value of A plus B in this equation in terms of K. So 120% is 120 divided 100, which is a 6 divided 5. Some calculators can straight away give you the fraction, so you can use that. 6 over 5 times A plus B. So A plus B's value in terms of K will be 5 divided 6K. And I can sub it here. 5 divided 6K equals to 1133. It's going to be 11 over 6K equals to 1133. Again, you can use calculator. So 1133 times a 6, 6798, and divide this by 11. So the answer is 618. So C is the correct answer. Well, that's it for today. These percentage traps catch a lot of students, remember, but not you anymore. Keep working smart, and the SAT will get easier every day. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe, comment, like, share with your friends. This is Global Math Mentor, over and out.